Coming up on the road to WAC Vegas, we had a couple of wild finishes in the first week of conference action. We'll talk with Roos head coach Billy Donlon, who is less than thrilled about his team's performances despite being 2-0 in the WAC. Plus your chance to win tickets to the tournament at the Orleans Arena. That's all ahead on the road to WAC Vegas.
My name is Chris Jans. I'm the head coach at New Mexico State University, and this is the road to WAC Vegas.
New Mexico State going on to the tournament. Just a phenomenal game. What college basketball is all about.
I'm Billy Donlon, head men's basketball coach at Kansas City, and this is the road to WAC Vegas.
Welcome to the road to WAC Vegas. I'm Rachel Vigil. We hope you had a great New Year and watched some WAC basketball this past week. Kansas City is the lone team at 2-0 in WAC play to start the season, and they have a new late game hero. They call him Big Shot Harnett. Guard Jashir Harnett is the WAC Player of the Week after scoring a career-high 28 points and a spectacular buzzer beater to force a second overtime against Seattle. The Roos went on to win that game in triple overtime. In the Roos' next game, Big Shot hit a big-time three to put KC ahead of Utah Valley 64-63. They would also go on to win that game. Now, Kansas City hits the road to take on UTRGV in Edinburgh on Thursday night at 7 Central on the WAC Digital Network. Also on the WDN, Chicago State visits New Mexico State. The Aggies avenged their lone loss of conference play in 2019, knocking off California Baptist 86-71. NM State and Kansas City play in the WAC Spotlight Game on ESPN Plus this week. That game is on Saturday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. Both the Aggies and Roos go into the week on 4-game win streaks. Adam Young and Russ Bradford will be on the call. You'll want to stick around for our next segment with KC coach Billy Donlon to hear his thoughts on the upcoming week. CSU Bakersfield won their WAC opener in dramatic fashion over Grand Canyon. The Roadrunners took the lead in the final minute and got this big block from Tajay Moore to help them win 69-62. CSUB is back home on Wednesday night to take on in-state foe California Baptist. On Saturday night, the Lancers travel to Grand Canyon to take on the Lopes on ESPN3. Also on Saturday night, Chicago State visits UTRGV at 7 Central on the WAC Digital Network. And Seattle U entertains Utah Valley to close out the night at 7 Pacific on the WAC Digital Network. Coming up next on the road to WAC Vegas, we'll talk with Kansas City head men's basketball coach Billy Donlon, who isn't as excited as you might expect after starting WAC play 2-0. We'll be right back.
Moments that will never be forgotten. March was made for this. The 2020 WAC Basketball Tournament at the Orleans Arena in WAC Vegas. March 11th through the 14th, be a part of the madness and witness the triumph. Ticket information, go to wacsports.com.
Welcome back to the road to WAC Vegas. I'm Rachel Vigil. Today we are joined with Billy Donlon, the head coach for Kansas City men's basketball. Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good, doing good. Started 2020 off the right way. Been able to enjoy some good basketball. You guys are off to a 2-0 start right now. How's that feeling?
Well, it's always good to win games. I don't think we're very good. We probably should have been beaten both times by both Seattle, who came in here and punched us in the mouth in the first half, and should have had us beaten overtime. We had some guys step up and make some big time shots, and then certainly Utah Valley in the second half. So we're easily could be 0-2. But I'd rather learn not playing well through wins than learn not playing well through losses. So, but certainly happy to be 2-0. The league is very good, and now we get on the road and we'll see what we're made of.
Let's talk about the 3 overtime game against Seattle. First of all, what did you like from your team as they were pushing through those extra 15 minutes?
Yeah, I was really proud of them. Again, credit Jim and his staff. They did a great job in preparation. We were not good in the first half, and they had everything to do with that. And our guys came out in the second half. And at home, that's what you have to do. When you're down 10, you've got to erase that lead pretty quickly. We did that. As mad as I am at about the way we're playing right now, our late game has been pretty good, and there is something to be said for that.
Coach, what exactly are you not liking about the way that you guys are playing right now?
We turn the ball over at an incredibly high rate. We don't rebound the ball defensively at all. We play very soft. which is all a reflection of me. I'm not blaming it on our guys. We've got to get better in those two areas. We're going to play one of the best teams in the country on Thursday in turnover percentage. They lose team turns over 25% of the time. That's a lot. And then they get 44% of their missed shots. That's a lot. And so if we don't play better, if we're not tougher in this league in general, we're going to, as much as you're interviewing me today after being 2-0, we won't be interviewing me next Monday about being anything but 2-2.
We kind of move forward real quick, but I want to hop back to that Utah Valley game for a quick second, too.
Yeah, I'm not much for celebrating these wins. I apologize.
No, you are totally fine. I mean, that one came down to the wire as well, and then Dashir Hartnett hit the 3. And I heard you called it Kobe?
Yeah, really, I don't want to steal it. You know, it's a shot that a lot of professional players have used. We always, when I was an assistant for Brad Burnell and guys would make that shot against us, we thought Kobe was the best at it, off the kind of a lean in off the dribble. And then to be fair, when I went to Michigan to be John Beilein's assistant, he actually practiced the shot. I'd never been with anybody who had his players practice the shot. And Coach Beilein called it the Hardaway after Tim Hardaway Sr., a great, great player. And no disrespect to Tim Hardaway Sr., I don't know how many guys on our team know who Tim Hardaway Sr. is. And I don't want to get in trouble for saying that because we're going down to Texas and he played at UTEP, and Tim was a great, great player. So I changed the name and called it the Kobe because I know our guys know who Kobe is.
Do you feel like your team, since they started 2-0, they were kind of underneath the radar, but now you guys are on top of everybody's radar?
Well, I think that's the difference between, like, if coaches watch our film, we're not on anybody's radar. I don't think we're scaring any coaches that watch us play. But because we win the games and people look at win, we've won these last couple games. I'm just telling you, this is not. We are a long ways away from being any good. We've been real fortunate to win 2 home games against 2 really well-coached teams. We got to play a lot better. I don't know, the outside, what people think. I am glad that Jashir won the award. I thought he earned it. I thought he deserved it with what he did. That shot making at that level, like I said, is really elite. But the rest of our game, we've got to get better. We've got to coach it better. We've got to work harder. I think it's an incredibly competitive league, 2 through 9. At the end of the day, I don't think there's ever been a league dominated in the country like New Mexico State has dominated this league for the last 9, 10, 11 years, whatever it's been. So there is no talk. Nobody's on the radar until somebody knocks off New Mexico State at the end of the year. And that they're the program. They're the standard bearer. The rest of us right now are fighting for second place until somebody can beat them. And, that's our goal. That's everybody's goal. But they have had no competition. That includes us because they've been that dominant. And you got your work cut out for you. The rest of us, anybody can beat anybody. This is the teams in this league, the talent level in this league, the coaching in this league is really at a high level.
You play New Mexico State on Saturday in our Spotlight game. What will it take to take down Chris Jan's team?
I honestly, I haven't watched a second. I've coached against Chris. He's a great coach. Our focus is on Thursday. Our focus today is try to get ourselves better after the weekend. And then we'll talk the next 2 days about Rio Grande Valley, and we'll start to prepare for New Mexico State after that. I know this: Chris's teams rebound. They play incredibly hard. They're tough. They run their stuff to precision. I know it's a very tough place to play, but we've got a game in front of us. I don't want our guys thinking about the Saturday game, no matter who it was. I wouldn't care if we were playing Antarctica University on Saturday. We're only going to worry about Thursday right now because that's the game we have the most control over because it's the next game.
And we really appreciate your time coming on with me today.
No, thank you guys for having us, and go Roos.
Go Roos. All right, Billy Donlon from Kansas City men's basketball. We'll be right back with some more Road to WAC Vegas, where we've got tickets to give away as well.
In the WAC, we value sportsmanship on the field,
on the track, on the court, in the pool,
and in the stands.
We take pride in playing fair and being honest.
We honor the game by showing respect for our opponents,
the officials,
the fans, and our team.
Great sportsmanship is about keeping everything in perspective.
It's about taking ownership after a loss.
And being humble after a win.
We hope you'll team up with us by staying positive on the sidelines. Because great sportsmanship is what unites us.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
Welcome back to the Road to WAC Vegas. Athletes aren't the only ones with game. A student at UTRGV made this half-court shot for a chance to win a 2-year lease on a Ford Mustang. Since 2015, only 2 students have ever made the shot. Congrats, Isaiah Murillo. Now on to some women's basketball. The only team with a 2-0 WAC record in women's hoops might come as a surprise to some fans. But Utah Valley started the season with a couple of big dubs at home. The Wolverines dispatched Chicago State by 31 points, then followed that up with a 62-41 defeat of Kansas City. The WAC Player of the Week is guard Maria Carvalho. The sophomore from Portugal averaged 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists on the week. Her 19 points against KC were a career high. Utah Valley plays in our WDN Women's Basketball Featured Game of the Week. UVU has won 4 games in a row. Seattle is led by Kamira Sanders, who is leading the WAC in scoring at better than 18 points per game. That will be on Saturday at 2 p.m. Mountain Time on the WDN. CSU Bakersfield won our featured game last week over Grand Canyon 59-54. This week, the Roadrunners are at California Baptist on Wednesday at 6 Pacific Time on the WDN. On Thursday night, we have a pair of women's games on the WDN as UTRGV visits Kansas City and Chicago State hosts New Mexico State. Then on Saturday, the Vaqueros go to the Windy City. The Aggies take on Kansas City in a rematch of last year's WAC semifinals, and CBU hosts Grand Canyon at 1 p.m. Pacific. Each week, we have a contest that you can enter to win tickets to the WAC basketball tournament at the Orleans Arena. This week's contest is, what should your favorite WAC team's New Year resolution be? Tweet your responses and use the hashtag HeyRachel to enter the contest. We'll tell you who the winner is next week. Also, congratulations to Michael Wilson on winning last week's contest. His favorite memory of the past decade was Diedrich Basil's last-second shot to win the WAC tournament for CSU Bakersfield in 2016. You can make sure to get your tickets to WAC Vegas by buying them also. Just go to the WAC Sports website and click on the WAC Vegas ticket button. For the WAC Digital Network, I'm Rachel Vigil.